Hello, hello, and welcome back to Dwellings by Dani, the YouTube channel, where I give you some insight on the current housing market as well as sharing just tips and tricks on how to navigate through this crazy market. On this video, I wanted to go through pretty briefly just my first time homebuyer guide. So I put this together because I noticed that there wasn't any good content out there for first-time homebuyers to just, go through on their own time and just kind of feel less pressure rather than actually going through with a buyer consultation. Although I always recommend reaching out to a realtor and scheduling a buyer consultation just so they can really get to know your needs and wants and be able to keep an eye out for something that will suit you. So my first time home buyer guide is, I wanted it to be aesthetically pleasing just so you would enjoy going through it. There's photos, there's data points, and so I really start off with, where to start. I always recommend people reaching out to a lender just to start that conversation and just to tell them, hey, this is on our radar, even though it's maybe not this year, maybe it's next year, but just always start that conversation so they can start to analyze your income, your debt to income ratio, your credit, your other debts if you have other loans out. So, just to get on their radar and you guys to start that conversation is always really important. Then you can create a plan. If you're not where you're at, or if you're not where you want to be at currently, you can build a plan with them to be able to get to where you want to be. So I share, the common documents that most lenders will ask for, so you can start gathering those yourself. So there's many different types of loans, and this conversation is best to be had with a lender, just because they know that world way better than I do. I am just kind of here just to briefly go over the different types. There's FHA, there's USDA for those first-time home buyers, there's VA loans if you were in the military, and then you have your normal conventional loans. So the cost of buying, really there's the down payment, and there's this big myth that has been going around that you have to put 20% down in order to buy a house, which is definitely not true. I think it was probably our parents that were telling us that, because I was totally under that misconception as well. The fear is PMI, private mortgage insurance. So if you put down less than 20% on your loan, you are required to have private mortgage insurance in the case that you cannot pay your mortgage that month. So PMI, for some reason, people think it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I can personally say it's less than $100 on the loan that we took out. We put only 5% down is what we were able to do. So your down payment is also a part of your closing costs. So when I say closing costs, it's your fees, your escrow fees, your prorated taxes, it's your down payment, it's your earnest money. All of those are enclosed in your closing costs. And I'll make a video kind of going deeper in that, but I just wanted to briefly go over this. So your closing costs is basically the biggest cost to the buyer, and I can go over that in another video. And here it is on the second page. It breaks it down really nicely for you, what to expect in your closing costs, and you will always get an estimate from your lender. So why now? Why is it really good for people to jump into the market for the first time? First of all, rental rates. Those are definitely going up, especially as landlords are starting to take advantage of the market and selling off their rentals. That's creating kind of a shortage frenzy for rentals, and that in itself, because there's high demand, that hikes the price up. So if you are in a lease right now, I can almost guarantee that your rent is going to be up if you decide to renew your lease for another year. Also, interest rates. I know that's kind of a buzzword these days. Interest rates are at a historic low right now. Even though they're going up still, they're still really, really low. which is why it's become such a crazy frenzy for buyers to jump into the market. And just for the cost of living, a lot of, like I mentioned, rental rates, they're going up. But if you get into a mortgage, you can lock your rate down and make sure that your monthly payments are the same every single month, which would be cool. I include a home buying roadmap just to kind of show you guys, or just give you guys a better idea of what goes on during the process. And then at the end, I like to include some information about loans. I don't think those are updated, so I'll have to fix those. But yeah, this is my first time homebuyer guide. If you guys like this, if you would like a copy of it, just reach out to me. I won't charge you. It's for free. I'm happy to help you. More specifically, if you need lender recommendations, please reach out to me. And also, if you just have any questions, I would love to be your person in the corner. I would love to support you, and I would love to create a plan to get you on the road to home ownership. So that is it for my first time home buyer guide. And I don't know if you guys watch or listen to Brene Brown's new podcast, but I love that she signs off with be awkward, brave, and kind. So I'm going to sign off with be humble, hungry, and curious. Have a great day. Thank you.